You want to talk about how many Muslims?
Yeah, we had about 10 Muslims come. Like I mentioned, there isn't a large population of Muslims in Bend. The amazing part was that although the area has a small population of Muslims, the folks that did come out got to meet each other, and they were like, wow, you live in Prineville, you live in Sisters, you live in Bend, let's get together for Friday prayers, or meet each other and continue the conversations, which was really inspiring for both of us, because we don't necessarily know the Muslim community that we're coming to in the town that we're in, and having them be so receptive and energetic just means a lot, because they don't have to put themselves out there either, and they were excited.
They were like, why haven't we been doing this already?
Right. So it's great to connect the Muslim community, the Baha'i faith community, the Christian community, and Jewish community. And
there were some non-believers.
There were also atheists, and it was really great because it's interfaith, and also making sure that we're aware of each other rather than you're sticking to this side and you're sticking to that side. And we all essentially believe the same thing, and there is non-believers too, but we're all people who have morals and dignity and value the same things essentially. So it's kind of cool to really be able to talk about our different perspectives and engage in a conversation where not all of us agreed on the same things, and yet we had an amazing meal and a dinner that inspired a lot of folks.
We provide opportunities to learn more about diverse religions and faith communities, knowing
what matters, I think, at the end, it's just taking the time to, even if this group, I've heard some things, I don't know what they're about, but I'm just gonna go ahead and find out and sit down with them. I think that's what's missing in the conversation in our country lately, and that is the most important thing. I think so many people nowadays are willing to say, we don't hear it all the time, because we hear the I guess negative stories sell, but at Eat With Muslims, we're finding out that there are a lot of people who are willing to actually sit down with others and say, I want to get to know you. I want to know. I am done, hearing from the media or listening to others that don't necessarily believe what you believe. I want to hear from the horse's mouth.
Right.
And so the groups that we just introduced in Bend are actually getting together and having their own dinners, which is just wonderful, which is what the project is all about at the end of the day. And then the next day, we were able to, Sunday, Alice and Jim, a sister from the Jewish faith and a brother from the Baha'i faith. And it was incredibly generous of them to put together this amazing brunch and bring so many people that were not able to make it to the night before, to the dinner, because there was a long waiting list. And we got to know so many kind people, so many decent people, especially Barrett. I love her. She's so amazing. Sweet. And then they took us out and we did some more sightseeing. We got to downtown.
We got to walk around downtown and see, the nice shops and restaurants and the Mirror Pond, which was such a gorgeous park.
Such a gorgeous place.
And then we ended up
like little heaven, slice of heaven.
Right, it was a little slice of heaven. We ended up going on a little walk to
the old mill. The old mill.
Oh yeah, the old mill. So right there in Bend is the famous Deschutes River that goes through, and we ended up walking around the old mill, which is a completely changed area. Apparently they were factories before that, and in our times now you change factories.
Gentrified now.
Right, you change factories into beautiful housing and shopping center. And so afterwards we ended up taking a nice drive down along the river, and then we went to the Dillon Falls, which was such a gorgeous, the water was just beautiful. It's like the glacier water and then mixed in with the lava rocks and the cliffs that were right there. Really beautiful. And so we ended up taking a nice walk and talking with Jim and Alice and really feeling more connected to the community. They gave us some history in the area, and they told us some really cool stories that we appreciated from them.
And we found out that the Baha'i faith and Islam are especially very, very close, because the founder was a Muslim, of a Muslim faith. And we've just learned a lot. It was just such a beautiful, kind of inspirational, and almost just amazing experience, I guess, all around. Overall, Bend was an incredible experience, and we will go back. And we made such an amazing friends, and it was just it was wholesome, and that's what this project is all about, and we will never forget about Bend.
And everyone was excited about it. They all had wonderful things to say about the program, and you too.
Thank you, beautiful Bend.
And thank you, INCO, for supporting us and allowing us to help bring people together.
We will never forget.